Tonight, in a David Goldstein investigation, the DWP is giving away millions of dollars to charity.
It's going on while the utility rates will increase again later this year. And David, you had to fight with the DWP to get these numbers?
Yeah, it took us months to get all this information from DWP. Now, while ratepayers complain about rising fees and astronomical bills, we found the utility is generous to charities. Millions of ratepayer dollars are just being given away.
Struggling to pay the bills.
At the DWP office in Van Nuys, ratepayers who have a hard time paying their bills can't understand DWP just giving away money.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
We uncovered millions of DWP ratepayer dollars being given away to charities and nonprofit organizations over the past 3 years. We saw donations of $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, $75,000, even close to $100,000. Adding it up, we found a total of more than $5 million in DWP ratepayer money being given away to charities from 2015 to 2017.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Some of the charities seem to be related to the environment or energy, but others appear to have no relation to water or power. One even seems to be located in Santa Monica, outside DWP's territory. Should ratepayer money go toward charitable contributions?
The answer to that is no.
Political watchdog Jack Humphreyville is on a DWP advocacy committee. He thinks these charitable contributions should stop because the decision to donate to one charity versus another could be political.
I don't think the department should be financing organizations and their people to come out there and pick my pocket.
Why is ratepayer money going to nonprofits, going to charity?
Well, that's a great question.
Martin Adams is the second in command at DWP and makes the decisions on those contributions. He defends them, claiming it's a way to help the community.
We don't want to be just every 2 months you receive a water and power bill. We need to be part of the fabric of Los Angeles.
We fought with DWP for months to get these records. At first, they produced what we found to be an incomplete report. Then weeks later came up with another report. But that didn't include hundreds of thousands of dollars that we found going to one nonprofit with close ties to the department. We searched the city controller's database and found the DWP paid the Council for Watershed Health, a nonprofit environmental organization, at least $220,000 last year. DWP says the money was for membership to the council and a contract for services, not donations. Is the department trying to hide the money that's going to the council?
No, not at all.
He denies it, but coincidentally, we found that Adams is listed as vice president of the board of directors of the council. Do you think it's a conflict of interest that you sit on the board of the Council for Watershed Health and hundreds of thousands of dollars in ratepayer money is going to that nonprofit?
No, not at all.
I think there's an ethical problem as opposed to a legal problem with doing that.
Political ethics expert Bob Stern says it's not illegal, but in his opinion, it's not right.
You don't want somebody on the board of directors when that person is in charge of giving money to that organization.
That's not the only tie to DWP. The utility's assistant general manager is Joe Romallo. We found that his wife, Wendy, was executive director of the Council for Watershed Health for about 2 years, up until December of last year. Romallo says it was all above board.
There's absolutely no conflict whatsoever. In fact, I went above and beyond to try to recuse myself from any business matter involving a contract involving the council, and I did so.
Don't you think it's suspicious that you are on the board of this nonprofit, your assistant general manager's wife was in charge of this nonprofit, and lo and behold, you don't report a single dollar to me?
I don't think it's suspicious. I think maybe it should have been on this list, but we did give you that information, how much money went to them, I believe.
Well, no, they didn't until we brought it up. Now, we found the DWP and the LA Bureau of Sanitation are the only public agencies that pay a membership fee to that charity, even though it's not required. Again, part of millions of dollars that are voluntarily given away, but the utility says it's just a small piece of their overall budget. Back to you guys.